Good day, grade 10. Welcome to our English class. We have learned from the previous module the importance of using the correct sound of English when delivering impromptu and extemporaneous speech in order to establish positive impression, understanding, and effective communication. However, you may have mastered the correct sound of English in delivering speech or memorize each word, but if you don't pay attention with your stance and stage behavior, you might be giving different message to your audience than the one you are saying. We are on week 1 of quarter 3, and this week's lesson is Argumentative Essay. In an argumentative essay, your task as a writer is to make the reader agree with your opinion about a certain or controversial topic. For the most essential learning competency, the focus is on the writing skill, and you are expected to compose an argumentative essay. The points to consider in writing an argumentative essay are the following. Number 1, state your opinion. Number 2, give reasons to support your opinion. And number 3, argue against the opposite opinion. To sum it up, you must convince the audience that your side of the argument is correct. To convince the audience, your essay must be balanced. It must include your viewpoint and the opposing viewpoint, or what we call the counter-argument. Even though you are arguing only one side of an issue, you must think about what the other side would say about your opinion. After you give the counter-argument, you must refute it by showing that it is wrong. If your essay is balanced, a reader is more likely to agree with you. Let us now discuss the organization of an argumentative essay. The most common type of argumentative essay has 6 parts. Like all other essays, it begins with an introduction and ends with a conclusion. In between are the body paragraphs, where you must do 3 things. First, support your opinion. Second, present the opposing point of view. And lastly, tell why that viewpoint is wrong. Opposing views or opinions can be ideas or points for, or what we call the pro, which support the issue being discussed, or ideas or points against, or what we call the con or the contra, which disagree with the issue. The first part of an argumentative essay is what we call an introduction. Simply, it introduces your essay. It is usually found on the first paragraph, and it is introduced by a hook, an attention-getting sentence. This hook plays a vital role on your introduction. Once your hook gets the attention of your reader, you succeed on your purpose. That is, to let your reader read the entire essay. And if that happens, there is a great chance for your readers to get your point and to believe on what you are believing in. But once you failed on your hook, your reader will not pay attention on reading your essay. Next part of your introduction is what we call the connecting background information. When we say connecting background information, it refers to the overview of what your essay is all about. And last part of your introduction, that is on your paragraph of your essay, is what we call the main statement or thesis statement. A thesis statement is a sentence that sums up the central point of your essay. It usually comes at the end of the introduction. Next part is the body of the essay. In an argumentative essay, it is usually composed of 4 paragraphs. The first 3 paragraphs on your body deal with the support or the reasons. Let us say, on paragraph number 2, we have the support statement for your thesis statement. So that deals with your first reason. And in this paragraph number 2, you have to deal with your explanation, detail, and example. Same thing is to be done on paragraph number 3, because paragraph number 3 deals with your support number 2, or your second reason. Again, you have to state your explanation, detail, and example. And for your paragraph number 4, that refers to your support number 3, or your third reason. Again, you have to state your explanation, detail, and example. Let me reiterate, paragraph number 2, 3, and 4 of your body of your essay in an argumentative are the supporting reasons, explanations, details, and examples to your thesis statement. Paragraph number 5 is the last part of the body of your argumentative essay. On this paragraph, you are going to write your opposite side, wherein you will write and state 2 counter-arguments. When we say counter-arguments, these are the opposing viewpoints. How are you going to do this? Write your refutation or attack. Counter-argument is an argument or set of reasons put forward to oppose an idea or theory developed in another argument. On the other hand, refutation is the action of proving a statement or theory to be wrong or false. The last part of an argumentative essay is what we call the conclusion. It is the last paragraph, or paragraph number 6. We can conclude our essay by repeating the thesis statement in different words, like giving suggestion, opinion, or prediction for the future. At this point, let me share with you 3 different ways on writing a thesis statement. First, turn the topic into a question and answer it. Second, state an argument and then refute it. And lastly, briefly outline your main points. The different types of argument claims are the fact, definition, value, cause and effect, policy, and conclusion. Here is the sample outline of an argumentative essay. The title of the argumentative essay is The School Uniform Question. And for our introduction, paragraph number 1. In this example of introduction, the different parts are highlighted with a red color. They are the hook, connecting background information, and main idea statement or thesis statement. For our hook, individualism is a fundamental value in the United States. for the connecting background information. All Americans believe in the right to express their own opinion without fear of punishment. This value, however, is coming under fire in an unlikely place, the public school classroom. The issue is about school uniform. Should public school students be allowed to make individual decisions about clothing? Or should all students be required to wear a uniform? For our main idea statement or thesis statement, school uniforms are better choice for 3 reasons. Let us now move on to the sample body of an argumentative essay. In our paragraph number 2, first reason, wearing school uniforms certainly makes students live simpler. And for the explanations, they would not waste time to choose what to wear every morning. Uniforms eliminate the stress of choosing clothes. For paragraph number 3, for our second reason, school uniforms influence students to act responsibly in groups and as individuals. And for the explanations to support your second reason, here is explanation number 1. School uniform helps students understand that school is a special place for learning. Explanation number 2. School uniform creates a feeling of being in a group. And explanation number 3, school uniform has positive effects on violence and truancy. Now, let us have paragraph number 4. Paragraph number 4 deals with your third reason, and that is, school uniforms make all the students feel equal. And for the explanations that support the third reason, explanation number 1, all students will look the same. And explanation number 2, students of weak financial situation can gain self-esteem. Now let us have paragraph number 5. This paragraph deals with your counter-argument and your refute. So for your opposite side, opponents of mandatory uniforms may say that students who wear school uniforms cannot express their individuality. And for your counter-argument, school is a place to learn, and students can express their individuality in the way they dress outside of the classroom. And for our conclusion, there are many benefits of implementing mandatory school uniforms. Studies show that students learn better and act more responsibly when they wear uniforms. Public schools should require uniforms in order to benefit both the students and society as well. At this point, let us all read the full excerpt of the essay. The school uniform question. Individualism is a fundamental value in the United States. All Americans believe in the right to express their own opinion without fear of punishment. This value, however, is coming under fire in an unlikely place, the public school classroom. The issue is about school uniform. Should public school students be allowed to make individual decisions about clothing, or should all students be required to wear a uniform? School uniforms are the better choice for 3 reasons. First, wearing school uniforms would help make students' lives simpler. They would no longer have to decide what to wear every morning. Sometimes, trying on outfit after outfit is an effort to choose. Uniforms would not only save time, but also would eliminate the stress often associated with this chore. Second, school uniforms influence students to act responsibly in groups and as individuals. Uniforms give students the message that school is a special place for learning. In addition, uniforms create a feeling of unity among students. For example, when students do something as a group, such as attend meetings in the auditorium or eat lunch in the cafeteria, the fact that they all wear the same uniform would create a sense of community. Even more important, statistics show the possible effects that school uniforms have on violence and truancy. According to a recent survey in Hillsborough County, Florida, incidents of violence dropped by 50%. Attendance and test scores improve, and student suspensions declined approximately 30% after school uniforms were introduced. Finally, school uniforms would help make all the students feel equal. People's standards of living differ greatly, and some people are well off while others are not. People sometimes forget that school is a place to get an education, not to promote a fashion show. Implementing mandatory school uniforms would make all the students look the same regardless of their financial status. School uniforms would promote pride and help to raise the self-esteem of students who cannot afford to wear stylish clothing. Opponents of mandatory uniforms may say that students who wear school uniforms cannot express their individuality. This point has some merit on the surface. However, as stated previously, school is a place to learn, not to flaunt wealth and fashion. Society must decide if individual expression through clothing is more valuable than improved educational performance. It's important to remember that school uniforms must be worn only during school hours. Students can express their individuality in the way they dress outside the classroom. In conclusion, there are many well-documented benefits to implementing mandatory school uniforms for students. Studies show that students learn better and act more responsibly when they wear uniforms. Public schools should require uniforms in order to benefit both the students and society as well. On the lesson we discussed today on writing an argumentative essay, you are now ready to accomplish learning task 1 to 4 and quiz number 1. Don't, don't forget to send me the copy of your performance task, and that is to present the arguments you have written on learning task number 4. Happy learning, everyone. Have a fruitful week ahead.